So we ended up doing 11 million in medical bills,
Damn.
which ended up being about 5,800 veterans were debt free by Christmas.
Damn.
So they all got a certified letter in the mail. I was able to call quite a few of them, which was a lot more emotional for me than I thought.
Absolutely.
Because obviously these are just names on a spreadsheet, and I don't see the names. ForgiveCo runs that, but like, once you talk with someone and you see the impact it has on their life, you get hooked on the emotion. So, one girl I called, she was an Army veteran. She was a single mother of two. Her bill wasn't that much. I think it was like 15 grand, but she had gotten T-bone driving to work and had to relearn all of her basic skills. So she had to do a bunch of additional therapy beyond like the accident. And she was already working 2 jobs. She's raising 2 kids by herself, and now she's like having to relearn how to walk and like her cognitive and all these things. But it didn't cover a lot of the therapy.
Yeah.
So she had a $15,000 bill. Now her wages are getting garnished from both jobs. Her credit score's shot because once you go to collections, like your credit score, if you try to get a loan on a car, or heaven forbid you try to sign a lease to rent a condo for your, they won't approve you. You got to find someone to co-sign. All these things happen. All your interest rates go up because of your credit score. So to be able to tell her, hey, that bill you had, we took care of it, it's gone, and then you hear silence on the phone and they start crying, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So there were quite a few examples of that. There was another guy who was a Marine. He was a single father of 3, had been partially paralyzed. His bill was 183 grand. And I was able to text him on November 10th last year, which is the Marine Corps' birthday, which is cool. Yeah, on the Marine's birthday, like, hey man, I think you got a letter in the mail, but I'm just letting you know that's real. Like, that's not a hoax. Like, you know what I mean?
Good
And
for you, man. That's got to feel pretty good.
there were many stories like that. Another guy wrote me a letter, and basically was in the letter was saying like, hey, I was kind of getting ready to consider taking my own life, and I asked God for like any sign to continue, and literally the next day I got the debt relief letter in the mail saying like, you guys paid off my medical bill. So then he checked himself into rehab, and was like, I'm gonna try to get my life together. I'm trying to use this as like a springboard, like getting back on track. And then on Christmas, we sent him a bunch of stuff to rehab. We sent him like $4,000 in gear because like I knew he was gonna be alone in rehab on Christmas. It's a pretty lonely place to be. So we hooked him up, and like, so those are little micro examples that come from this of 5,800 people. So I left that thinking, man, like this was definitely like a mission accomplished.